engineers inspect the summary video. We're here at MIT, Cambridge, Massachusetts. This is a fire escape that was done and refurbished 25 to 30 years ago. We're going to show you some of the things that basically this fire escape, as per Mass Building Code, must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. Everything is galvanized. Galvanized rails, galvanized treads, galvanized grating, galvanized everything. And it was silicone shut with 35 to 50 year silicone. So we're back here. This fire escape is passing everything. There's only a few minor issues that don't let us pass at the moment, and that is we have to deal with some of the cement issues because they're creating some issues. So as we go down, we're going to start seeing where the grading or up against the building, there's structural cracks that are occurring on the cement, and that structural crack is feeding water back into. So there's a structural crack that goes from the top down to this one. All these welded connections would do well in the past, but now we either need to have a disclaimer on these welds, or if you put a clip and a bolt here and a bolt this way, there's no need for a disclaimer. But otherwise, they visually pass inspection. There's nothing wrong with them that we can see. A lot of the welded connections are backed up with a bolt, which is great. That's what you want to see. The treads were 100% galvanized and rebolted, as you can see, and silicone. The silicone, which is 50 to 75 years, is still pliable, which is great. You start getting into cement, you start to see where the water's penetrating. Here's another structural crack. Here's another structural crack, which is it's starting to feed water from up there, feed water down this way, and it's working its way. There's another structural crack that'll affect this window. See, there's a whole big long line of structural crack there. Again, water's getting in there. And structural crack coming in here, feeding water to this piece of steel. So we can silicone shut this and work with cement, but we can seal this, but this belongs to a mason. We should do something about this closure, otherwise it's pre-existing non-conforming, but you just don't want anybody's foot to get stuck in there for whatever reason, tripping somebody's smaller feet. So it's a gap more than 2 inches. We just want to make sure that everything's tied back correctly. The fire escape is in very good condition for a galvanized. This right here is the other issue about galvanized. As you can see, it'll lose the paint, but the galvanized is still there as a protectant. I'm going to go all the way down to the cantilever, which is important because it starts repeating itself. The railings are all galvanized. All the gussets are all rebolted. Rebolting everywhere. Cement, another structural crack here happening. Another structural crack there. Look how long that one. That's almost 2 feet long, that structural crack. Again, water's getting in there and doing what it does best. Let's get down to the cantilever. So the fire escape must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. This one is both. It's structurally sound and has been kept painted. But for 25 to 30 years, it's looking very good. We got debris. We got debris falling in here, and it's rotting that C channel, so that needs to be closed off and then stopped from leaves from getting back there. Structural cracks up there on the brick. Structural cracks throughout. All the welds are rebolted with a backup bolt. Every single one. This release arm is not working, so you need to rebalance the cantilever so that it's always up in the air. Put a little chain guard here so nobody can break into the building, so that when you release it, and that is, you go the opposite, you go straight ahead, it'll drop down and stay down by itself, which is what I'm going to show you here. Okay, all rebolting, all the treads rebolted, everything sealed. This fire escape just needs to be cleaned. As you can see, water does work its way down here. This is all debris from water. Okay, so look at all the debris over here that's now rotting the inside of this channel. It's all got to be cleaned, and you got to stop it from getting in there in the top. This box needs to be sealed to make sure no water is getting in here. And this arm is supposed to be in the up position. So let's do this. Can you? I'll lift it. And can you just raise your arm there to the locking position? Look up at it. Look, show it. So put it on. Okay, so that's what it looks like in the up position, and when released it comes down. A lot of times, because these are so easy to climb, sometimes the recommendation we make, since these are so easy to climb, is to basically block, especially with the access to the street here, should cage this, make this a permanent stair to the ground. Cage this and put a door somewhere down here that people can exit out. Okay? Otherwise, she's in good order. She's been refurbished. She's lasted 25 to 30 years. New galvanized treads, new galvanized grating, new galvanized railings. All the welds were backed up with bolts. She's a candidate. This shows what long-term planning on fire escapes does, and this is a very good candidate. This is one of many that on this building were done 25 to 30 years ago. So again, fire escape engineers, expect a summary video, 866-649-0333. Keep sending a list.